over here. I see you now. G'day, it's Mike the Weed Wizard here. How you been getting on? I hope you've been killing some weeds out there. Well, today I'm in New Zealand's rural hinterland, and I'm out here today looking at this plant here from South America, originally brought in for hedging. It's Darwin's Barberry, and no, not related to Charles. So you ask, what does it look like? Well, this shrub here, it's got a dark green colour to it, and you can see lots of clusters of these small leaves, which are, you could say, roughly hexagonal in shape, with these little tiny thorns on the margins here. And as you can see in the season, which is about September, August, October, we've got clusters of these little orangey yellow flowers. They turn into, eventually, this plant's a little bit early, but they'll turn into little bluish berries that the birds love, and they love to move this plant around. So why is this plant bad? Well, this nasty bugger has a two-pronged approach. Environmental impacts, it's reasonably shade tolerant. It'll push into forest margins and into bush where there's light wells, growing up and suppressing desirable vegetation like our native plants. In terms of the rural sector, this plant will invade pastures on steeper country where the pasture is not as dense and doesn't have as thick as swards, and it will grow to a big bush, taking up areas where there would be pasture. Stock won't graze this plant either because of its rough, coarse texture. So folks, how do we knock this nasty over? Well, there's a few different methods depending on your situation as well. Method one, you can foliar spray this, so you can look at using a knapsack, gun and hose, particularly if you are on a rural setting. So when you go to spray it, making sure that you get full coverage of the plant, and that'll tip it over. Another method you can use is what's called basil stemming. So you can get a product called X-Tree, wet and dry. There's also some other basil products out there. So what basil stemming is coating the stems from the base of the trunk there to about foot and a half high up the stem, and just coating it with this chemical right around this, making sure that we get all the stems that are coming up from the base here. So another method you could use if you've only got a handful of plants and you've got basic tools like a silky saw is cut and paste this. So I'm going to rip into it now. So what you do is you cut right to the base of the where the soil is, cut right through, and then make sure you paste the stump with a bit of cut and paste gel. I've got a bit of met gel here, straight away after you've cut it. Whew, that was a stubborn mongrel. Anyway, for more information about this pest plant, or any other pest plant for that matter, head along to the Weed Busters site, or contact your local regional council to see what their status of the plant is. Happy weed busting. Now, could the real Charles Darwin please stand up? Please stand up.